farmers will now leave, they will temporarily hold their military activities in those areas, so the farmers will go and resettle. When they resettle, they start planting the GMO seeds. Once you plant the GMO seeds that first time, that first seed you get from that your maize, if you eat it, that will be the last you are going to eat. Because if you take the seed from that GMO corn and plant it, it will not grow. The gene that allows replication has been switched off. So you have to go back to the person who produced the initial seed. That is, in this case in Nigeria, it will be Monsanto. They will now use them to reproduce these seeds. So these seeds are what actually makes the agricultural produce to move on. So they are using this technique to eliminate all the natural seed growers. And then when the remaining farmers don't have any other place to get seeds than to go to them, to go to them for that. Now, where do the doctors come in? The doctors come in the fact that when they capture the food security, which they actually have done now, because most of the seed growers have been killed. Just to give you an example, between 2015 and 2018, 37,500 victims were killed by Boko Haram. These were farmers. Then out of these 37,500, 32,000, that's 85% were Muslims. 5,500 were Christians. And in states like Zamfara, 60% of the victims were Hausa, 40% were Fulani. So it became clear that this has nothing to do with Islamic terrorism. It has to do with elimination of all the seed growers. Now they have eliminated the seed growers. Now they're moving into the second phase of their program. Now, when the farmers go to them, will now depend exclusively on the GMOs.
So we will not depend on GMOs right now.
Exactly. Because without the GMOs, you cannot really get seeds, unless you're getting seeds from different African countries and some places. Some places in the south, especially southwest, and some parts of southeast, we can still get our own seeds because the Boko Haram have not really infiltrated them. But they are trying to do that. So what is happening now is that they want to move into the next phase. The next phase is whereby they will have total monopoly of the seeds. And then they will tell the farmers, you want us to give you seed? Okay, we can give you seed, but on the premise that you must tell your wife and daughters to go and donate their ovarian eggs.
That's a conditional gift.
Conditional gift. Food. That is, if you want food, you have to donate ovarian eggs, the eggs of women. And why do they have to do that? They have to do that because the Western countries need these ovarian eggs for cloning. Nigeria is the only country in the world and in the history of the world which has legalized collection of organs without consent. So your organ, which you own, which is your person, if you go to the hospital, they can collect that organ without your consent, because it states in the National Health Act of 2014 and 2015, actually signed in 2015, states that you can actually collect that organ without consent. In section 48 and 51 of the National Health Act 2014 version of it, actually states that you can collect that organ without consent. You can collect organ and you can collect the gametes, that is the eggs of women, without consent of the patient.
That's very dangerous.
That's very dangerous, but it was allowed. I personally led the doctors' delegation in the National Assembly hearing, at the Senate hearing, and pointed this out before Ike Ekweremadu. Before Governor, the main proponent of the law, who was Ifeanyi Okowa, Senator Ifeanyi Okowa then. And then, of course, Ngige was also, Senator Ngige then was also present at that public hearing. I pointed this out, that you cannot do this under any law, but they overruled the public hearing, and Senator Ekweremadu, who was the person who was conducting the public hearing, did not heed to all the calls by all the people present. And what happened? They passed the law with this defect. So all the people who are waiting to harvest organs, harvest eggs, are all in Nigeria. They are setting up the different NGOs. Can you explain why there is a multiplicity of NGOs in the Northeast, where there is a conflict going on?
Yeah, okay. Doc, I will come back to this. But what I want to ask now, I mean, why is the gate focused on Nigerian doctors?
Yes.
Can you address that?
He's focused on Nigerian doctors because he now wants to harvest these eggs, and doctors are the people going to harvest these eggs. These are going to be in hospitals, but Nigerian doctors, he knows, because of our high moral standard, and I must say very high moral standard, our doctors will not do that, because our doctors know that if we keep on harvesting those eggs in those women 2 to 3 years later, they will die. They will die of liver failure, kidney failure, infections, some other complications. So we know that that's going to happen. So we're not going to do that. And when he called us, and I must say, I was physically present when Bill Gates called us to the General Electric, who he awarded the contract to build 260 hospitals in Nigeria. So that it will be at these his hospitals that will be harvesting these organs and harvesting these eggs. So he will now take us out of the health sector. He invited the leaders in the private health sector and said, okay, look, I'm ready to offer you money to leave the healthcare sector. We told him before the executives of GE that he is mad and insane to demand such a thing.
To leave medical practice.
Then we should leave the medical practice. And then he will pay us, no matter the amount of dollars we ask for. So we said, you are mad. We are not going to do that, and to hell with you.
Is that really?
We told him off before the executives of, I was personally present. The lab people, the president and secretaries of the lab, National Organization of the Lab Laboratories was there. The president and secretary of the community pharmacies was there. And we told him to his face, to his presence, because they were talking on, it was a telecom conference, and then the executives of General Electric were there at the headquarters in Abuja. So we told him off that you cannot do that, even with all your money and all your thing, is not going to be possible. Now, since we rejected that offer, he has moved to his second option. Eliminate, kill all these doctors, and then take over the health sector. And he told us they have already taken up the whole government hospitals. They bought the federal medical centers, they bought the university teaching hospitals. So what is remaining now is for us to get out of business so he can carry out. So these hospitals will become places where foreigners can get organs. It will become places where he will harvest the ovarian eggs, and it will become a killing house for ordinary Nigerians. This is why this is dangerous, and this is why this country must, not just to stop it, not just to ban GMOs, we must call for an international inquiry in which Bill Gates will be brought before the courts of the Federal Republic of Nigeria and the International Criminal Court, International Court of Justice. We must bring it the same way Nuremberg trial was done during the Nazi Germany.
Now, our security agencies aware of this thing that is playing out?
Yes, we have actually written to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He's the chief security officer of the country. And of course, all the other agencies, both police, army, and all the also have our submission to the president. And the National Assembly has been well informed, the senators, and then the House members have been informed about this. But it will not be something that will handle by government alone. The Nigerian people must stand out. This Bill Gates wants to set up these killing houses in Nigeria called his hospitals. We know that firsthand because there is no way he can invest all this money, he can carry out all these programs only for Nigerians to get better health. No, this is a killing house. Do you know that the Western countries did this for over 20 years in India and Southeast countries? The same type of thing in a way that they use the lower caste people, the black people of India.
Okay.
And they use them to put out to take organs, sell organs in all across Southeast Asia. And this happened for 20 good years until a black Indian became the Minister of Health and stopped this activity a few years ago. Now we will not let that happen in this country. We must call for the arrest of Bill Gates and all his cronies in this country, all of them, all the NGOs he's using, and all the individuals that are helping him to carry out this program. The Nigerian people must take that responsibility. It's not a responsibility government alone can. The government can't. The government can. The government of Nigeria cannot do this on their own. So it will mean the Nigerian people, the Nigerian youth, because these slaughterhouses will be the first people to be targeted are the Nigerian youth. We must say no to Bill Gates totality. And he is the one manipulating the whole public. You know, we immediately started talking about this. All of a sudden, the children in Kaduna were kidnapped.
Yeah.
Just to divert the attention of the people and then portray the government as incapable of defending the Nigerian people. By the time we talked about this, all of a sudden now, oh no, there's some obscure imam is now talking about the first lady.
Okay.
These are all diversionary tactics. It is the same Bill Gates. He should be brought to justice in Nigeria. We're not going to wait for America. We are going to issue the indictments in Nigeria and call him to answer it. And if he does not answer it, anywhere we see him in the federal government, we will arrest him and bring him to justice. This nonsense must stop. Because somebody is a billionaire, and so what? He's dictating vaccines, he's dictating policies, he's appointing ministers, he is carrying out food policy in Nigeria, he's carrying out health policy in Nigeria. Who is this man? He must be arrested.
Yeah, Prof. When you wrote the Senate, you copied a lot of international groups, the UN, ILO, the EU, Conference of Bishops, and so many other international organizations. Now, has there been any reaction coming from?
Yeah, there have been different reactions. But as you could see, the Bill Gates charged all his all the parastatals working for him, the NBMA, the National Biosafety Management Agency. They were all up in arms. The so-called organizations that were set up as proxies for Monsanto, OFAB, and all that, they were all busy abusing me at the National Assembly and writing all sorts of things. But you know, these people are just actors who have been pushed out there by Bill Gates to speak for him. But what we want, the reaction we want, is Bill Gates to answer for himself, to say, yes, okay, look, this is not what I'm doing in Nigeria. Then let us now have the open debate. Let him come to the National Assembly, where he will answer to these charges. And we will go there and let there be a Senate hearing. It happens all the time in America. It happens everywhere. This is a democracy. Let him come. This is not a matter for one obscure lawsuit or anything. Let him come before the people. Say, okay, I've come to Nigeria to help the Nigerian people. Okay, we're now asking, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? So everybody will now listen, and then they will use their common sense to figure out the truth.
Okay, now you've called for the arrest of Bill Gates and for his trial.
Yes.
Now, beyond that, what do we need to do to contain this calamity?
Now, the first thing we are going to do,
yes,
as a people,
yes,
we ban GMOs. Anywhere you see any GMO, don't eat it, don't breathe it, if possible, get it destroyed. Any GMO that comes your way, they bring it to you for you to eat. You know that it's a GMO product, throw it away. Because you're not eating any food. Food nourishes. Toxins will only kill you. Sooner or later, you will be dead of cancer or any other thing. So why eat it? It's no food. So the thing is, you get involved and make sure that your food is not GMO. And then we also discourage everybody around us about GMOs. We don't need them. They said, can you imagine when you say, okay, we are using it to solve the weaves, the insects you see in beans. So those weevils, you can use genetic material, method to actually protect the beans from that. Okay, wait a minute. Do you know we do that? We have been doing that for thousands of years. With 20 naira, 50 naira dry pepper. You put it inside that bag, there will be no weevil there. So you are going to run to some genetic material where they will, when they put that genetic alteration, they will also alter the gene for reproduction. They put epicide, Monsanto epicide gene. If you eat that beans, you will not reproduce.
It sterilizes.
Sterilizes you automatically. So there is no more procreation in Nigeria. We will extinct our population. And the people are coming here to take over this land. This is a plan. And it is very discouraging that you see people who say they have attended school and they can't even make out 1 plus 1. It makes no sense. How can
This one now for EEDC. EEDC want defraud Southeast with exorbitant electricity bill with no adequate power supply. On top the matter be say, they no go give prepaid meter to their customers, but them go give illegal high estimated bills. They no want know if lights day or e no day. Instead of them to fix them, they go force people to pay the bills where they no use, or them go cut the lights. I wonder how communities go use contribute money, buy their own power transformer, buy electricity cables, and yet pay huge amount of money to this Obodo Naija corrupt EEDC, but they no go gree connect or bring the lights. Even when they dismantle to repair community transformers wey spoil, they no go repair or return it to the communities. This issue don tire people o. Anambra State Governor Soludo, im don pay 100 billion naira to Emeka Offor and EEDC. This matter dey under agreement to provide light o. 24 hours light o. But from March 2023 until now, Anambra State still dey for darkness. Emeka Offor don frustrate other companies wey wan give us light. The koko be say EEDC na the reason why Southeast no dey develop. This thing no dey good o.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, great Biafrans and lovers of freedom. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi, Chinedu Jonathan from Alu province of Biafra London. We are here live and direct. Today is the 5th day of September 2024. Therefore, I welcome each and every one of you to welcome your friends and well-wishers to draw nearer to your listening devices in order for us to have a discussion, in order to hear the message of liberation, genuine emancipation from both mental and physical slavery. Because genuine independence is preceded by mental liberation. Without mental liberation, without changing the way we reason fundamentally, without changing it to the right path, I am telling you, physical liberations becomes either an illusion or fake. That is it. Therefore, that is why this radio is being dedicated to preaching, to talking to us in order to make sure that we become, first of all, mentally awakened, mentally liberated, so that we understand the root cause of our problems. Because some people are thinking that our position in this world as Africans, as so-called zoologians, Nigerians, is natural, that we're supposed to continue suffering. No. It is something that is unnatural. It is artificial. It is man-made. Are you hearing me? It is man-made. Our suffering is man-made. What we are passing through, it is made by man. It is also man that can correct it. And that is why we are doing what we are doing, in order to make sure that we correct the anomalies and start living as people, first-class citizens of the planet. Because for now, we are not first-class citizens. That is what I'm telling you is factual. For now, black race, Africans are not living as first-class citizens. We are relegated to the background. Why is it so? Just check around. Check around anywhere, that any country that has black population, the most humiliated are the black. In India, it is the same thing. You had the clip I was playing, the revelations of Dr. Njemanze, where he gave example that those this system have been used in India against the black population of India. The lowest caste in India are mostly blacks. That is the truth. So why should it be so? It is not natural, for goodness sake. If you don't think about this, many of us think about it. In order for you to be something, you have to have a blue passport so that you can be able to showcase. You have to have another nationality for you to now feel that you have arrived. Ask yourself, is this the right thing? Do we accompany others to come into this planet Earth? Do we accompany others? The answer is no. Before you as a Nigerian must travel out to Europe, you will pass through hell. One thing or the other will be, will be asked to bring this document. You will have to show that you are wealthy enough, that you are this and that enough, that you are human being enough in order to visit Europe. But why coming to Nigeria? Any animal from Europe, from America can can just decide to come visit Nigeria as he wants. Why do you think so? Is it natural? I mean, why is it so? Is it natural? The answer is no, it is not natural. It is artificially made. Oh, here kamere. Oh, kwa aka ga-arụghachi ya. It needs dedication. It needs unity of purpose. It needs guiding strong ideology. It needs, liberation from mental cage. It needs a awakening of the mind for us to understand that we can build a garden also, like the Europeans. For us to be able to build that kind of civilization, we must have an ideology guiding us, binding us together. What I'm telling you is the reality of life. That is it. Without being organized, you can't achieve nothing. And it reminds me to talk to our people in Biafra land and in the diaspora. Let us be wise. Nigerian government is unleashing mayhem, criminality everywhere in our land. They have activated the Gowon policy. Are you hearing what I'm saying? They have activated the Gowon policy of trying to use Igbo man to fight Igbo man, to kill Igbo man. Obasanjo did it, and he said it openly in Owerri, in the presence of Igbo elites, and they were clapping for him. They have reactivated it again, so that they allow only few people to carry guns and start that they are powerful. They're fighting and killing each other. That is, they are turning our land into a slaughter area, slaughterhouse by each other. And the Nigerian government, the Nigerian military is also on the rampage, committing war crimes. You know, Nigerian government, look at what they did in Obaru, the Nigerian military. If you put it on Facebook, they will ban you. Look at what, many of you must have seen it on WhatsApp or through other means in X. Nigerian military will kill innocent Biafrans, shoot them dead, and they will go and burn maybe somebody wounded by bullets. Innocent people that are going out on their normal business. They will pour fuel on them and light match. This is disgusting. This is despicable. The hatred against us Igbos is something out of this world. I said it the other day. It is something that was transmitted by Britain. What do? It is either we support IPOB, whether you like it or not. IPOB is the driving force now that is leading the fight for our liberation. That is the voice speaking for Biafrans. That is the truth. So, you that is a millionaire, a billionaire, an Igbo businessman, an Igbo elite, what is preventing you from making contacts, from contacting IPOB leadership and supporting anonymously? Are you frustrated about, maybe you felt that you have given money before to some people using IPOB, and after you found out that they didn't use it, or it's not IPOB, and you become frustrated? No, you can call privately. You can send message. You can make contacts in order to support what we are doing. Because IPOB is the driving force towards our defense, towards our liberation. What is happening in our land? Nigeria, Britain, they don't want any Biafra to see the light of the day. That is why they now activated Gowon policy of using Igbos to kill Igbos, using Biafrans in order to destroy Biafrans. People being armed, whether vigilante or everybody have arm. Anybody that have arm now, he become the head, he become the commander, and he start slaughtering innocent people in the name of he's doing Biafra, in the name of release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. These are the mantras they use in order to commit heinous crimes in our land. We should be wise. I got on the mind here. Otherwise, Nigerian government, the Nigeria Caliphate, they are using another tactics. They are not coming, they are not going to come in a complete war. No. They have activated the Gowon policy of arming some Igbos in order to kill Igbos. When you look at many things that are happening, Fulani headsmen are on the rampage, criminals are killing, kidnappers are, it all people. Sometimes you see confusion. Say no to criminality. Say no to criminality. They want to turn our land into slaughterhouse using our people. Politicians will encourage you, give you arms in a stealth way, covertly, and be encouraging you to sit at home, enforce to sit at home. Why are you not going to, attack outsiders? Go and carry out all this your nonsense. Carry it out in Abuja. Go to Lagos and carry it out. Stop turning our land into a slaughterhouse. Let us face our enemies because we have a common enemy. But when you turn around and start, because you have gone, start turning against your own people. It is worse than anything you can think about. That's why we must be wise. People that are hated should not hate themselves. They tried everything in order to instigate confusion in our land, to divide us into piecemeals, so that we cannot be able to organize ourselves. That is the key point. Or lack of organization. That is where they are hitting. That is where they are, taking their power from. That is where they are always hitting the point that we should never be organized. Because they know that if we are organized into a bunch, we can pull down a mountain. That is the last thing they want us to do. That is why they instigated confusions everywhere. They turned the Igbos, some people, to deny their identity. No, I am not Igbo. I speak Igbo, but I'm not Igbo. I'm not Biafra. That is the worst thing they have done in our land. And they brainwashed our people into self-hatred. I call it self-hatred. Because when you reject your identity and you hate your own siblings, you are hating yourself. I am telling you honestly. You are hating yourself. The same way they use religion come and put divisions among us. You see brothers, a brother calling his fellow brother an unbeliever, an infidel. That is where Chinedu Achebe said things fell apart. Because he's not going to the same church with you. Because he's not taking sacrament with you. Now you call him an unbeliever. You take him, you call him a Gentile. Do you know the meaning of a Gentile? You are a brother. We are bound together by blood. Do you know what it means? We came out in this world from the same side. Do you know what it means? From the same ancestry. And you look at your brother, you because of a religion of foreign religion. Now you start calling your brother an unbeliever, an infidel, a Gentile. This is what colonialism brought into our land and into our heads. Once you call your brother an infidel, which means he merits death, you have put a wedge between you and him. That is what Muslims call before they kill you. It's the same thing. So let us say no to criminality. Criminality has no space in our land. But the powers that be, they are, I say not they are, they have activated the Gowan policy of using Igbos to kill Igbos, bringing confusions everywhere. You see somebody will gather 5 people with guns and they will say, oh, release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We are fighting for Biafra. We are ESN. All are false. Falsehood. Kidnapping. Committing heinous crimes that we are not in our land. Do you remember our land has been the most peaceful part of that zoo called Nigeria? Why is it so? We should be wise. Because it will touch everybody. I say everybody. Let us not allow foreign hand in order to have roots in our land. Let us not allow all these foreigners to have their way, using us as a tool, using you, using me as a tool. No. We must be wise. Wisdom is highly necessary. Now, I want to just, there is this news headline that Nawakamishi is part of what I'm saying. Yesterday, 4th of September news headline. Nigerians bewildered as Enugu and Imo State imposes 88,000 fine for using solar panels and generators. Do you see the influence of when foreigners are in charge or impose leadership in our land? This thing started right from colonization. The start of the presence of Europeans in our land. They saw that we are an organized people, that each and every one of us, the population, directs the government. We have a say in the government. So the British, we are bewildered. They never see this type of community, this type of nation before. Because every other place they have been going, what they meet there is always monarchy feudal system. Monarchy feudal system, where everybody bowed down to one person. But when they came to our land, no. But our land was highly organized. Anything that happened, people will gather in a community. People will gather and discuss it and take decision. Because not single person in our land takes decision. It's not in our culture is everybody must be present and talk about it, and we vote. Majority carries the vote. And that policy will be implemented in our community. We have it in our lower hamlets, kindreds. From there, you send decisions, emissaries, to villages or village heads. Each community, each kindred sends emissaries to village. Each village now send to upper communities. That is how things are run in our land. This is our culture. But Frederick Lugard was not, because he cannot understand it. For him, this is anarchy. And there is no way he can rule through in this way as a foreigner. Because he have to have a figurehead who he gives command, and the person will now give people command. And it is not our culture. That is why they have to appoint warrant chiefs, mostly composed of evil men in our land. Those that sold themselves, those that committed crimes in our land. What I'm telling you, these are historical facts. Because the people that resisted and said, no, you dare not, we cannot concede to you as a foreigner. This is our culture. Those that try to defend our culture, they were butchered, they were killed. Left with evil men and women that now Britain conferred the power to. People that committed one type of crime against the land or the other. First of all, they went to the missionaries, they went to church and confessed their sin. That you are no more, do not believe in your culture again. Do not go according to your tradition. As long as you have sinned and you come here in the church, you've confessed your sin, you are forgiven. So, you are now a born again. And now, Britain now used them, the criminals, conferred the powers to them. And they started lording it over onto our people. And that is how it has been going till today. Those that are in power. Look at the Supreme Court governor. Do you see what is when a criminal is in position of power? Look at, does he care for the people? The answer is no. Do people like him? The answer is no. Because because after all, the people did not vote for him. He was imposed there, imposed to Imo by Nigeria central government. And the magistrate that was used to do that abracadabra has been promoted today. He is now She is now the Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN. Do you see how Nigeria is going down? Nigeria is run by criminal gang. Look at in Enugu. Look at how on earth do you think that we are, sometimes I how, when a people has been subdued, they are not given any gap until they become suicidal and rise up. That is how the world is. And that is revolution. If people continue keeping quiet, absorbing whatever that is being shoved down their throat, they will continue dealing with them until they rise up massively. Look at what they have done. Imposing taxes on people that are using solar panel and electric generator to provide for themselves energy, electricity that they don't have centrally by the Nigerian government. What are you going to say about it? What do you call this? Is inhumanity to man. Man's inhumanity to man. Had it been there is a constant electricity, for example, and the people are running away, switching off their central electricity, using generator or solar panel, it will be understandable. The government can say, okay, no. If you don't use central electricity, how are we going to maintain things? Now, if you are using solar panel, no problem, you pay some tax. That one will be understandable because there is option. But in this case, no central electricity. Instead, they will be providing you with estimated electric bill that you didn't consume. And people give way and say, okay, let me buy solar panel so that there is no electricity and I will not be paying bills of something that I didn't consume. Once in a week, 1 hour in a week, in some places, electricity will be given. So now, these evil people we call government in Nigeria, they still pursue the population, come and say, no, you cannot breathe. We will not allow you to live. That's the thing you buy in order to run away from the darkness. You either stay in darkness. Don't you see that this thing, a time comes in people's lives, they rise up. Don't you see that? If we don't rise up, these people will continue until even the bed you are staying in your village, they will tell you will be paid. They will not leave, they will not stop until people rise up. Sometimes I used to be mad at people. I am telling you. They will tell you that no, what is going on in Nigeria? It is bad leadership. I say no. It is not bad leadership. It is the fault of everybody, the population. Because it is from the population you have leaders rise up. All the so-called leaders, they didn't come from another planet. It is the greed, the mentality of people. That mentality of primitive accumulations syndrome. That is it. It is in every Nigerian. Go to the street and just make statistics or make some interviews. Make some social experiments. Interview people and ask them. Just a wheelbarrow pusher, ask him, if you become governor of Imo State or if you become president of Nigeria today, what are you going to do? Just listen to them. In the streets, people that are suffering. People, drivers, keke drivers, or kada, wheelbarrow pushers. Now you listen to what they say. It might sound funny, but it portrays the mentality of the population. So when people are saying that no, the problem with Nigeria is a bad leadership, I say no, sir, no, ma. I used to say it all the time. I say no. It is from everybody, the population, the mentality of the population. You will be surprised that people will tell you that, look, if I become somebody that is poor, that is so wretched, he will tell you that, look, if I become president of Nigeria today, I will loot everything. I will sell Nigeria even. I will say, and he's dead serious. He's dead serious. So that is the mentality. Until the people change their mentality, I am telling you, nothing is going to change. And that is why Radio Biafra, we just go on surgical operations of people of our mentality, the way we reason. That is the problem. There lies the fundamental problem. Because if you say, is this leader, remove this one, you remove this one, put who? Put another rotten egg? That will still be receiving command from rotten, or the center that is more rotten than anything. Is that what is that the solution? You see this now, this issue of tax. People, there is a way our people behave. Ndi Igbo, Biafrans in general. Ndi Igbo. When I say Ndi Igbo, it comprises both a Joe or a Fik all. Because that is the way it is. There is a way we behave. This thing now, you see people that will start talking against it. They say, you will see people that will tell, nah, go and make money and pay. What is the tax? I beg. They will sing it in music. Even if you want to put any tax, we are going to pay, we will survive. That is a very wrong and bad mantra. That is a very wrong and bad mantra. It's a slavish mentality. And that is why they call, the Europeans named our land, the Bight of Biafra, Slave Coast. When I say something, I want people to go and make research. Think profoundly. Why does the Europeans come to our land and name other places? They name Sierra Leone Pepe Coast. They name Ivory Coast, where you obtain ivory. Sierra Leone and Liberia is where you have one very nice species of, the best species of pepper. Upper Volta. They name different coasts, Gold Coast. Now they come to our land, Biafra land, they name it Slave Coast. Can you think profoundly? Just reason about it. Why? People that can try to, live and hang on to anything as long as it's for survival. They don't care. If they are living as slaves, they don't care. Do you see? That is a mentality, a flawed mentality. People that don't have red line, anything you do them, as long as they are getting some crumbs, they hang on. That is slave mentality. Do you see white man or Igbo? They cannot tolerate. There are things they cannot tolerate. They have red lines. They have red lines. There are things you do, they tell you that, look, it's better I die than to live this type of situation. It's better we die. And that is why they succeed. The same with Arabs. And that's why they succeed. That's why they rule the world. But in our own case, don't do, you will die, I beg. I don't want to die. I beg go. What the author? They care less about sacrifice. But this is a bound. This is something that IPOB has come in order to break this bound, this slave mentality. Look at this thing done in try to be, this tax, try to be imposed in Imo and Enugu. It's a test. If people didn't rise up, it will go everywhere in our land. It will go everywhere in Igbo land. If people want to talk, they will come, nah, go and make money. Nah, go boutique. What are you called? Nah, you know home money. I beg, go, I got your way, go. So that you pay. Not only you they pay. Not only you they tax. They tax everybody now. I beg, go and make money. So, you see, people, genuine people that want real change, they will be afraid that they will be mocked. Now you know get money. It's not about money. It's about legacy. Do you remember what started the 1929 about women protests? What they call Britain falsely, mischievously labeled the riot. When you allow your enemy to write your history, they will write anything they want. They called it about women riot 1929. If you go to Google or any search engine, that is what you see about women riot. Until we start rewriting history, our own history, we put it right. But do our intellectuals care? No, they don't care. Many of them don't care, or most of them. Why about women riots? Because of taxes. The colonialists increased taxes to men, and men didn't react. They say, as men didn't react, they extended some taxes, both the chicken. You will count anything you have in your house. Chicken and goat, you pay tax. The women say, no, we cannot accept this. Biafran women from Ejo, Efiko, Urobo, all gathered in Aba in order to express their disdain about this tax. And do you know what Britain did? They sent their police, their military. Because what Nigeria inherited today is a colonial police and military. They are not there to protect the people. No. They are there in order to implement the impositions being made to the people. They protect the elites. The same way during the colonial time, the colonial period, the police, they protect only the colonialists, the colonial elites, the white people, they are there to protect them. They don't care about the people. It's only when they give them order, to impose or implement one thing against the people. That is when you see them. They come, they beat people, they shoot people, they kill people. 1929, about women protests. More than 50 women were killed during all those protests. Is it not what is still going on today? And bad government protests in Nigeria. I think they say the president they charge them treason, which which could bring a death penalty. Treason, because Nigeria is still living the colonial legacy. It's a colonial legacy personified. So what are people doing about this? Before you know, Nigerians say, our people take it as joke. Before you know, they use it to do content creation. The content creators will come and use it for mockery. Now you gotta pay for generator. Come, you gotta pay for generator. Now, very serious and vehement issues will be now used for mockery. Everybody will laugh. And before you know, the thing will be implemented. If you try to resist as one individual, others will, oh boy, you get money waiting be 20,000. Now you beg, pay them. That is how evil multiplies in a society, in our society. That is how evil multiplies in our society today. Because people don't fight. Albert Einstein says it is not the bad people that will destroy this world. No. It is because they are few. He said bad people are few, yes. But it is the good people, many good people, that looks at things that are happening and the bad things that are happening and keep quiet. These are the people that will destroy the world. And that is exactly the truth. You see, you participate in that evil, but pacifically. You're a pacific supporter because you didn't see nothing. You didn't say anything. You saw people, committing evil, committing acts of wickedness. You didn't talk. You didn't give reports. You do as if I know one problem. You pass. You are a direct partaker of that evil. That is it. You are guilty of that evil. In many countries, there are laws, even that if you see something bad and you don't report it, you are guilty. You don't know about it, but you just see, but you see, you don't report. You don't call and report to the cops. You are guilty of that evil. And you can go to jail because of it. Not only the people that are committing it, because as it is your duty, once you see evil, once you see crime being committed, you call and report immediately. That is your job as a citizen. It's your job. But in our land, it's not the same. It's not like that. When few people will try to raise up their voice, others will say, "Oh boy, I beg. I'm gonna go look for money. This small thing. No fit pay 10,000 in a month or in a year. Waiting. That small thing now, beg, go look for money, no give us a wahala, beg." And they allow that evil to fester. Before you know it, they will come again. Because it's little by little. Where is Benjamin Carlo, that is the sixth person, according to him, in Nigeria? Why don't he give an example with Imo State that has been destroyed by their party? Because Igbos are the only people that our people are very low. No, they are not good in politics at all. You will see in the north, they divide themselves. Some are PDP, APC, they don't care. You think that they are with you. No, they are with their region. Whether PPPO, AACO, PDPO, all, they are working towards one direction. That their party is secondary. Do you forget how is it Jega, the former, PDPs? They confessed that they rigged the election against they worked against Goodluck Jonathan. No matter that is their party, they don't care. What matters is their region. Can our people do that? Can our people in the Igbo, can they imitate that? They don't imitate good thing now. They love their party more than their people. Once their party say kill your people, they will do it. Look at how Nigerian military was burning our houses in Obaru, burning people alive, people that are wounded, that are still breathing. They will light them, put petrol on them and light them. This is a heinous crime against humanity. But where is the international community? Do they talk? No. It is only IPOB that is rising up. Where is the Igbo politicians? Will you see them talk about this openly like that? To condemn it and to showcase it, to fight it? No. Only on a natural act by the eye. Igbo. Very, very sad indeed. People should resist this. And I know that IPOB will never allow this imposition of tax for people that are using solar and generators. People that are trying to make ends meet in our land. Do you know the inhibition of lack of electricity? Go and listen to one time, I think Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, he talked about it. There will be no economic prosperity without electricity. It's impossible in a country. Imagine many people in our land that are welders, but they cannot operate. They cannot work because there is no electricity. If you have generator, how many diesel or fuel are you going to are you going to be using a day? Are you going to spending on fuel? How much are you going to be spending on fuel each day? Many small scale businesses. Before, when you check about the investment you are going to make now, another heavy load will be generator. Which type of generator to power you? Now that the money you are going to spend or even buying generator is double the money you are using even on the investment. So you see everything collapse. You look at it, this is how they are killing us from everywhere. And now they are coming to us, to our individual effort, and say, no, you must look at these idiots that they are talking about. I read the thing, I said, what are these people, jokers or what? Let me read a bit. In a surprising move, the governments of Enugu and Imo states have issued a 7-day ultimatum to residents, threatening fines of up to 88,000 naira for using solar panels and generators. This directive aimed at curbing what officials describe as environmentally unfriendly activity. Environmental unfriendly activity, bukwe hadia. Do you see how heartless these people are? What do they want people to do? 1 month you don't have electricity, there you say stay like that. So don't destroy the ecology. Stay like that. And for your information, what is a solar panel causing? What harm is solar panel causing today? You know, these people are stupid. What is the harm that solar panel that is eco-friendly, what is it causing to the environment? So they talk about the environment more than people's lives. Okay, hospitals that are using generators, they will stop it. And people will be dying. Is that what they mean? You know, sometimes I look at it, I say, no. Once you are in Nigerian government, you have no brain at all. It's just like a pastor, a church person, they defend the Bible. You cannot defend the Nigeria without being stupid. You cannot work as a politician in Nigeria without being gullible and stupid. And that is it. Mostly Igbo politician. The same way you cannot defend Bible without being gullible, without sounding stupid. Exactly. The work is the same thing. So, how are these people, how do they want people to survive? Because people have not risen up. Our people are busy eating the flesh of each other. Now, that is why these people in high places have the audacity to do what they are doing. If people are together, my brother, who are these governors? Who are they? They will run away. But our people love life, and death comes every minute. Our people are dying because they love life. Sometimes you throw away life because everybody, you must die. You see people, don't you see people that are, that are always, when the zoo military and police chasing IPOB, you see many of the victims of their assault are even non-IPOB members. Because you see them going about there, say, concern me, I not be IPOB now. Before you know, they will shoot the person. Do you see it? Is it not stupidity? So it is high time for us to gather together in order to fight this evil in our land. How do you think these people have the audacity? Because the people have no voice. The people have no power. The people cannot rise up. The people are unorganizable. Everybody is looking for his own. Individualistic, selfishness. That is why they have the power. But once people, if we have a common mantra, once these people, in the north, that is why I also admire them. Once they finish praying on Fridays, so good. From there, from mosque, they start shouting. Once they start shouting Allah Akbar, finish. Even a governor can run. But in our own, what is our own mantra? Nothing. What organizes us together? Nothing. What binds us together? Nothing. It's now that Biafra becomes our religion. What binds us together? Well, can you tell our people, is it from church? You say, let us go and protest. Oh, yeah. If assemblies of God say it, Jehovah Witness will tell them that this is a Satan talking. So their members should never attend. A Church of God mission will talk another thing. A Holiness Evangelical mission will say, this one is satanic. Deeper Life will talk, Catholic will condemn it. CMS will say, no, you have to respect those in power. So everything will go dabaru, nothing. Do you see what we are suffering? Division, no unity of purpose. That is what is catapulting these evil men we call politicians in our land. They can do anything they want. They don't have accountability on anybody. They are not accountable to anybody. Which is the opposite. Because once they are there as a governor, as a senator, they become gods of the people. Because the people have no mentality. The mentality of the people is so low to understand that these are our servants. If they pass, they come to CKC church, where a Holy Ghost church. Hey, now if you see his entourage, military, hey, you come, you lie down, we pray. They say, God, they start praying, how God make me to be like him. Without knowing that is the collective money, the population is financing everything he's doing, paying him. He's just a servant. How do you think that our people can know? That is why I say the problem is in the mentality. Let me tell you, it's very far, because to drive these things into the heads of our people, is very hard. It's still very far for people to understand. You tell him, people, say, hope also is our servant. He should be accountable to others. Say, hey, a whole governor. No. Oh, God have made him to be like that now. So we just pray so that maybe one day God can remember us. We can become, maybe my child can become local government chairman. I need in Shasha. That is the fundamentally flawed mentality. And that is the problem we have. Once we are awakened and understand, the population understand their right, that they are the king makers. All these people, they cannot do anything they want. No. People will rise up and how many, if, for example, the whole Imo state, in the people living in Imo state, all of them rise up and say no. Everywhere, in Okigwe, in Owerri, in Olo, thousands and millions of people will be marching. Say they are marching to governors. How many people will they kill? How many? Don't you see what happened in Kenya? Don't you see that? Don't you see that? The Africa is African country. The policy, the Kenyan government policy, people rose up. Started by the students. The students rose up in Kenya. In protest, they said, no. This policy, this man wants to borrow money from World Bank and taxing us. No, it cannot happen. Students. In Nigeria, students are, what they do is cultism. Are you aye? Black axe. And why wear my color? They kill each other. They drag women. They drag men. They do one business, or that is the only thing they know. They are scrapped from governance, from reality. In Kenya, East Africa, they did it, and the president bowed. He reversed the policy of that taxation. He didn't borrow the money again, and they say they are still watching him. Students. Sri Lanka, the same thing. Students who protested and went, sacrificed their lives, and the prime minister resigned, ran away. Today, they have revoked the diplomatic passport of the former prime minister of, is it Bangladesh? Sorry, not Sri Lanka, Bangladesh or Sri Lanka. Any of them, sorry. So, that is what people can do. There is no way you can be praying, let a good governor, let a good person come to rule. It's impossible. It is impossible. It is the people that can checkmate and force somebody to be good by force. Because when there is consequence, let me tell you, once it comes to public service, no good or no bad, human beings naturally have tendency of cheating, stealing, exploitation. That is the natural human tendency. But why they cannot do it with impunity in public service, in everywhere, is for fear of the consequences. When there is no consequences, like in Nigeria, now people do everything with impunity. That is where, because there is no consequence. Who will rise up? Who will rise up now? Try it to other places now. Try it to other places. People will come. Do you see, whenever there is a protest in France, it is always highly catastrophic. It is violent. Any protest, people rise up to go and protest, say no, against government, one government policy or the other. My goodness me. Cars were burnt on the streets. Houses were destroyed, will be destroyed. Because they say this is our land, is a republic, le République Française, is a republic. It's for the public. It's public property. It is not for the president. No. So it's where people are awake. People can rise up. So Now the politicians, they are afraid of the public. That is consequences. So they tread with caution. In Nigeria, they don't fear nothing, no consequences. So they do anything with impunity. That is why you Enugu governor, Imo governor, so-called the Udelenerios. That is why they can do everything with impunity. Where people get, I pass my neighbor at least to charge their battery to at least crew me to breathe small. They still come there saying, no, you don't have to breathe. They start marching on the chest of the people. Say you cannot breathe. On the neck, on their necks. Because there is no consequences. Let me tell you, the other time I put on my timeline, I asked the question, I say, the fear of God, between the fear of God and fear of man, which one is greater? And some people are answering. I was watching. Let me tell you, the fear of man is the greatest. Are you hearing me? Once you fear consequence of what you are doing, that is what you fear, nothing more. If, for example, you have fake visa, for example, USA visa, you first of all, you'll be afraid. Because you'll be saying, now, I buy ticket to what if they will find out? That is consequence. They can find out. Even if you bribe your way at Matala Mohammed Airport, they can find out at the port of entry. And now they can jail you or they can send you back. And you will lose all your money. That is consequences. It's man. Had it been there is no consequence, oh my goodness me. People will be doing it now. There is no man of God or God of man or pastor or imam. You see people will be trying. Just let it be one day. America said, just let a day of sleeping. American immigration say they are not checking visa. Maybe every Saturday. Just see what will happen. Any person that arrives, they don't even check your visa. Wait, nothing. Just see what will happen. Both born again, both again born, both imam, worshippers of Muhammad, those that I see heaven and hell, they will now go that day because of they have seen that there is no consequence, and they will enter. I'm just giving an example. So, fear of man is the greatest thing because that is man makes laws. It's laws and order that keeps human being in order. Without law and order, we are just like primitive animals that can devour each other because there is no law and order. And that is what the Nigerian government, the president, they are setting in our land. No law, lack of law and order, so that the most powerful becomes the right person. The most powerful becomes law itself. You have gun, or you can kill your neighbor. No consequence, unless another person can just pursue you and kill you. That is what is happening in our land today, because virtually there is no presence of government in many parts of Biafra land. What I'm telling you is factual. You know it. That's why when somebody is shot there, you see people making video. Hey, now wow, look at what we are suffering. Oh, hey, look at now come help us. So if you are watching this video, we saw this one. They just shoot him now. Oh, we don't know who did that. Oh, they are doing it because there is no person to call. There is no law enforcement that they should call. I saw also I think this happened in Benin. One boy, they are videoing him. He's talking on social media, on video. They were destroying his house. He said he bought that house from whether he's a brother to or from the governor. Bought the house, whether he say 51 or 61 million. I felt that boy. I felt that guy. I'm honestly speaking. He said he bought that land and he was developing the land. Though, look at as he's talking, maybe many of you saw the video. As he was speaking, appealing to Benin people, to Nigerians to come to his aid, though, because he said he have no power, because the person he bought the land from is so powerful, so he have no power. As he's talking, the bulldozer was bulldozing the walls everywhere of it, which he used his hard-earned money. I was watching it, I was feeling it. Because there is no person to complain to. There is no order. No, oh Chineke, no. Oh, Nigeria is a dead zone. Oh Chineke. When you look at things, how people are built, something that if it happens to other countries, there are appropriate quarters that we take charge immediately. If maybe you bought a house, you are building, and you have problem, you go to court and everything will be resolved. If it is to return your money, it will be done. But in Nigeria, nothing. People will be killed, shot at and they will be dying on the street. No ambulance to take them. Nothing. People will be watching. Even accidents. Nothing. People will be dying slowly. In pains and penury. In the cars, they no. Sometimes I ask myself, how do we enter into this one chance? How do we enter into this kind of mess? I continue asking myself this question. You see, there will be accident on the road. No single ambulance, no first aid, nothing. People will just be videoing there, nothing. Hey, now wow, this person now wow, look at he's even dying. Look, he's still alive, or he's still breathing. What thing we go do now? God, oh Jesus, hey, well, before you know it, he will bleed and die. Something that if it is other places, you see, even helicopter, if it is a place that is not accessible, on speed like that, helicopter will come in. Oh, you say, what type of planet are we? What? People in Nigeria, they thought that is the way, the only way. That is how it is. That is how life is. You see, no government presence, nothing, no general infrastructure to help the population, nothing. Your house will be burning, no fire extinguisher. People will be praying and calling Jesus using bucket. You say, what type of goddamn place is this? What type of place is this? Why can't we rise up and destroy this place so that we build our nation? Please. How, if there is something like magic, if I have magic wand, I will just open my eyes, close everywhere, we just send the nuclear bomb, we destroy everything so that we start afresh. How is it so? How do we read this side? All these politicians, they don't care. What matters to them is they are being rounded up. People don't understand that. Look, the police that are police and military guiding politicians is not normal. Highest is secret service, plain clothes police. Do you see when Donald Trump was shot at? Do you see highly armed military there? No, plain clothes. Few of them. That is how it is. But in Nigeria, local government chairman will be going on convoy. Now you ask, how many police and military are serving the people? How many? How many remains to protect the people? Nothing. That is why nothing. Nothing is nothing. These politicians, the political elites, they carry everything. They monopolize everything. Why? Because the population are zombies. They are not rising up. If they see you trying to rise up or trying to talk to people into rising up, they will mock you. The same miserable people will mock you and say, Now go and look for money. Oh, now waiting. Now you go check. I beg. Go and look for money and pay. No problem. Even if fuel now 5,000 per liter, we will pay it. Do you know mad people's talk? People that are primitive talk. That is why should it be so? You are boasting. So you are giving the political elites the green light to do anything they want, that you will survive. Are you sane at all? Are we really Homo sapiens? Please let us change the way we reason. That is a problem. Now look at there is another news headline. Another news headline. Okay. How Nigeria, yes, Nigerian soldiers are resigning. Nigerian soldiers, dozens is on, I think, today's news. September 5th, that is today. Dozens of Nigerian soldiers have resigned to join British Ukrainian armies, others over poor welfare, more to leave military sources. Now, you ask yourself, do you see, if I'm not check you, what do they call Bite of Biafra before? Slave coast. Is it not what is playing on? They are going out in order to serve their masters as slaves. What happened 400, 500, 600 years back is still repeating it. History is repeating itself. These people that are living now, whether it's Igbo so, or Yoruba so, or Hausa so, or any other ethnicity, why can't they reason and say, no, we can sacrifice and do something here to change, make changes? No, they will not. These are the people, these soldiers that are resigning. These are the people that they will send that obeys the last order. Zombie. Fela called them zombie. If people look at the end SARS protest, look at the end, but the last protest last month, they send the police, they send soldiers to go and shoot at them, and they will rush and go. They rushed and go. They are obeying orders. And you look at the mentality. That is, look at the mentality. Now they are running away they are going to die in foreign lands. Because let me tell you, if you enter into as British role as fighting under British flag, they send you to Ukraine. They will send you to the hottest parts. You will not come back. The risk, they take you as a cannon fodder. That is what I will call it, cannon fodder. You are nothing. Anything, if soldiers are there, your fellow soldiers, they will send you, say, oh yeah, move. They will send you, Blackie, move, go and intercept, go and check that side. As you are going, they hear tower, you are dead. Now they know that the enemies are there. Because you are nothing, you're a slave. And they will treat you like slave. These people they are the people that are shouting every time. Oh, Boko Haram, look, Boko Haram has more sophisticated weapons than us. Look at, they gave us armor tank of 1920s. But these people are the people that they are active only when it comes to Biafrans, when it comes to innocent citizens. Look at what they are doing in Obaru. We look at what they do in Olo, in Imo, in Biafra, the Biafra land, in Aba. That time they have power. They don't reason and say, no, these are citizens. Let us find, we have gun. Why can't we turn our gun against this hierarchy that is suffering us? I played for you one time the voice of a Nigerian soldier that was complaining. I don't know, maybe they have killed him now. Complaining about how in 3 years of his military career, only the first time when he graduated, that was when the first time, the first and last, they dashed them military outfit. Since 3 years, they used to buy their military outfit, fighting. They have fought in Borno, in Zamfara, I don't know. On social media, you see, they used to cry and send their rations, or ordinary water, and eba or amala. Ordinary water, virtually ordinary water soup. But these people, they are the people that when they see, they say bloody civilian, kill them. They don't reason, because they brainwash them. Oh, you have gone now, you are different from ordinary bloody civilians. These are the citizens that are paying them. But the politicians brainwash them to put a wage, put a hatred against fellow citizens, so to say. And do you know what they are doing? Let me tell you. They're not on the caliphate. What they are doing, they are making sure they grant. I know that most of these people that are going to register as in British Army, most of them are Biafrans and Southerners in general, non-Fulani in general. And can I call them, let me say, Christians in general, both from Plateau, from Yoruba, from Igbo, from other Biafran nations. They are the people. And the Nigerian government is happy. Because you know what? They will be granting them. Let them go. And they will be enlisting more Boko Haram, bringing them into Nigeria. They are replacing them. What the caliphate is doing, let me tell you, they are simply putting Boko Haram, their Boko Haram, Sheikh Gumi called them their warriors and bandits. They are bringing them. When they tell you thousands of 20,000 have bandits and ISWAP and Boko Haram have surrendered to Nigerian army, these are the people they are putting back in the Nigerian army. So they are making sure to be able to they will completely make Nigerian army a Fulani army. Don't you see that Nigerian army, they have turned it now into their languages now, Hausa. If you don't speak Hausa and you are in Nigerian army, know that you can die at any time. Even your fellow soldier can kill you immediately. They are gradual. This is a gradual process, but people don't know. They are, replacing everybody with the Northern Caliphate, with the heavy terrorists, the Nigerian military. They will tell them, you go fight in Ukraine. Go register as Commonwealth. Go. They encourage them. Resign and go. Instead of you staying here giving us wahala. Anything, maybe sometimes they'll become inconvenient. They'll be feeling inconvenient with the presence or their presence. You see how they are handing over their military hardwares to the bandits. These are tactics that have been going on for ages. They will drive and they will plan with the Fulani terrorists in Zamfara, in Sokoto. They will plan with them. They say, don't worry. 2 armored vehicles are coming, not 3. When they come, they will just open fire, blah, blah, blah. They will remove all their shit, their whole gun, everything, come down from the car, the armored vehicles, and run. Now these people will come and take over. That is how they supply them weapons from the Nigerian military. But does our people look into all this? No. They want to go and fight. They want to go and fight for another flag. When a country deteriorates to this extent, can't the people see? Sometimes I look at all these journalists that are so-called analyzing in TVC news, in all this Nigerian useless media. I look at them as clowns. These are things they will be analyzing, that they will be bringing up. Look at the Yobe massacre by Fulani terrorists. Who talks about it in the Nigerian media? They censure everything. Say, don't talk about this. Plateau massacre, don't talk about this. Okay? Now, Nigeria is a dead country. It's a dead zone. There is no country in this world like Nigeria. Tinubu once said it before he became president. He said, Nigeria is not like any other country, so don't take Nigeria as a country. He confided to somebody, a journalist. He said, don't do that. Nigeria is not. Nigeria is not like any other country. So don't think that Nigeria is like any other country. How is it like any other country where Bill Gates came and bought hospital, federal government to hospitals, push the senators, the government to make a law, turn bills into law that sells citizens' organs without their consent in advance. And the same Bill Gates, is it not Dr. Njemanze that was calling for his arrest? I played the clip. But he came to Nigeria. I think he's still in Nigeria. And they gave him a hero welcome. That is to show you the public, the people. So look at during the Trump regime, during the time Trump was in power. Is it either 2020, 2021 or something like that? One time he wanted to go to, he traveled to United Kingdom, and there was protests against a president, the most powerful president. People protested, said, no, we don't want you here. They protested as citizens. But look at Nigerians. Somebody that is king of eugenics, Bill Gates, that is lecturing Nigerians on how to feed nutrition. Oh, and people are happy. They televise it. Let me tell you, sometimes I say, no, Nigerians deserve what is happening to them. Since the revelation of Dr. Njemanze, how many years today? Do you see Nigerians rise up? No, they'll let people write. They'll say, no, it's an Igbo man. Ah, he's jealous. Because he's a billionaire. He's jealous now. Others will say, nah, I tap on him, he gets blessing. Igbo man. No, Igbo man. No. As long as an Igbo man talk. No. I beg. He came, they gave him red carpet, and he was lecturing Nigerians on how to feed, nutrition. That is we are in a place like Nigeria, he's going on what enters your mouth. You ask that bigot, that evil man. Before Europeans came, in our land, our ancestors, some of them lived more than 100 years. Before the advent of Europeans. We were eating something from our land. No hunger. But since colonization, since the formation of Nigeria, after foreigners now come and teach us how to eat, how to feed, what to feed. Is it not a shame? Do we deserve to be a people? Do we deserve to be equal human beings? Tell me. Just answer this question. Bill Gates, that people supposed to be protesting, Nigerians use protest even at the airport of I say we don't need him. No, he's a killer. Eugenics, supporting eugenics. Do you know what is eugenics? Do you know what is eugenics? Bill Gates has the same position with Hitler. Eugenics is the discredited pseudoscience of creating a better human race through selective breeding. Let me digest it a bit. Eugenics is the study of how to arrange reproduction within a human population to increase the occurrence of heritable characteristics regarded as desirable. That is, changing human traits, human characters artificially through science. The same thing the same experiment Hitler was making to bring out the real Aryan race, the pure Aryan race, without blemish. Now they are using science, all those genes, so that all the they call blacks Africans undesirable, so that they lower our population to the minimum that is manageable, and it comes only through feeding what you can eat and breathe. If they can doctor a plant, maybe for example rice plant, they doctor it that through biochemistry, through science. Now the rice we grow, plants we grow, insects, any insect that eats that plant, the leaf or the flower, anything, it will die. But the plant will grow very well. Human being will eat it and no problem. That is the same thing they are trying to do. That is eugenics. So to create some certain food, so that some race like black, if or Africans eat that type of food, that the same food though they eat it, they will develop one sickness like cancer or other sicknesses. But other races, white, Arab, they will eat the same food, nothing, no problem. That is eugenics. It's part of it. Now, the eugenics continue. Said developed largely by Sir Francis Galton as a method of improving the human race. Improving, remember the word, improving the human race. Eugenics was increasingly discredited as unscientific and racially biased during the 20th century, especially after the adoption of its doctrines by the Nazis in order to justify their treatment of Jews, disabled people, and other minority groups. When you look at this definition, where they say they call treatment of the Jews, disabled people, and other minority groups, they don't call black people. But Hitler slaughtered the black people during the Second World War. But they don't mention, they are not even worthy of being mentioned. You know that? To tell you where they put us. And the black race continue behaving in a fundamentally flawed manner. So, a person that right from his father have been supporting and financing this eugenics. And Nigerians had the revelations made about him. Even Dr. Njemaza was calling for Biget's arrest anytime he come to Nigeria. But they welcome him with the red carpet, putting him in to address youths, to teach people about nutrition, how to feed, to be feeding on what do you call Indomie. It's good for you. Is it not? Is it not? Our people, this generation, new generation, you start living our natural food. I could remember when we are small in the morning, at least I know akam. Do you know what that apple can give you? It boosts your immune system. But today, all those things are being relegated. Things that we have discovered by our ancestors that gives us strength, makes us live long, and very. Let me tell you, Biafrans, we have, if not the healthiest food, we eat the healthiest food naturally. But because of neocolonialism, our people are being shifted from eating the right food and eating rubbish, junk. Eating junk. You are eating fried French fries. You think is the best. Hey, get me French fries. You don't know that you are eating disease. You are in area. You are dead. That's why in our land today, you see 25-year-old man, he developed a kidney problem. He has cancer. 30 years, 40 years. Something that was unheard of before in our land is because of the food we are eating. Look at the person that wants our population to be, to be reduced to the barest minimum. The person, the billionaire, American billionaire Bill Gates, that bought our organs in advance. He came to Nigeria and, he was given red carpet. People were embracing him. Don't he tell you? Even he himself, he made the president of Nigeria. Do you think that he can do that in even other African countries? It's only selected few, the few Western ass lickers that sell their people. Do you think that Burkina Faso can welcome him in their country? Do you think Mali can do that? He's coming to give them, the menu to how to feed. Oh, Chineke, Nigeria. We need to run away from Nigeria. Otherwise, we are all gone. I am telling you. I was just watching the gibberish. He's talking about nutrition, philanthropy, and the nutrition. So a foreigner now will come and be teaching us how to feed, because Bill Gates knows that this is the place because that is where he has been. You see fascination. You see agriculture, feeding. That is where he is investing in developing or underdeveloped world in Africa, in Nigeria, because there is where the key to to his intention of reducing the population. And he simply bought the Nigerian hospitals, federal government hospitals, telling Dr. Njemans and co, Nigerian doctors, to name your price so that you leave the private hospital owners. Leave your name your price so that I pay you off and you live on Nigerian medical system. That is where Njemanze raised alarm. He rose alarm. He said, what? He said, in the history of humanity, he never heard this type of thing before. But how do you think somebody could be bold in order to tell a country to gather them and start telling them, name your price and leave your hospitals under my care? Because Nigeria is a business center. So that is it. Now, what galvanizes Nigerian politicians is criminality, or Nigerians is criminality, nothing more. Nigeria is a business center for Britain. So there is nothing more, only a business center where where somebody can come and start buying, buying organs. Remember, one container of male organs, penis, they saw in China. How many years now? They saw in China from Nigeria. And they raised the alarm. Immediately, the Nigerian senator said, no, we will investigate. They covered it because it is their business. And this penis is about 7,000 plus. 7,250, something like that. These are mostly Biafrans. He represents 7,000 plus people that we are slaughtered from our land. And they covered it. What can somebody ask? What is the outcome of their so-called investigation till today? Nothing. Bigate is coming. He's come. They give him, maybe he's still in Nigeria. I don't know whether he's gone. Why would they talk? They saw a God now. Doesn't he look like Jesus Christ? That is on Nigeria. Oh, now when they gonna fair, no, you equal Jesus, now Jesus. That is it. Inferior set of people. Inferior. So why will you rise up? What we are doing here is for us to know our position, to take back our position in this world and be bold and fight for it. This is the way others did it. The places you are now enjoying, the places you are trying to get their document, they fought for it. They sacrificed. Their ancestors sacrificed for it. Why can't you do the same? Look at how Nigerian soldiers are running away, resigning from Nigerian military, going to register to fight in Ukraine. Don't it sell chills to your body? But these are the people they will send. Go and kill civilians. Go and kill protesters. They will go and kill. Very, very sad indeed. Very, very sad indeed. Now, there is another news headline before I open my lines. He said, Nigeria authorities declare emergency at One port over arms importation. Do you see how the One port that was opened, I think by even sponsored and opened the beach. You see how our thing. When you read it, they say no. They are bringing contraband goods like guns and all. And you ask, Lagos port since ages, how many call it drugs, so call it guns, so bombs, so everything they have been bringing from here, from there. Do you see? Do you see how they, you know, anything? Well, as long as we're in Nigeria, they can do anything they want because they have the power. Once they bring out anything, and they are the people doing this, bringing all this in order to sabotage, and they will give the whole thing, the whole news to the media to publicize this, make it go viral. Oh, people then na wow, na this support self, na wow, na Igbo people, then na they Biafra, oh yeah, close it. That is what they are doing. We know everything they are doing. We know their game. We know them. In Lagos, Apapa Wharf, Tinkan Island, many things have been coming in through there. Does it make the place to be closed? Do they declare a state of emergency? No. We are in Nigeria now. That's why everything concerning Biafra. Look at the killing in the north. Look at how the Fulani terrorists are operating with impunity. The Nigerian military clear road for them. Didn't you see in a viral video one time where Fulani terrorists, they call bandits, we are moving from being accompanied by Nigerian military. One Nigerian military commander was calling his counterparts to give orders so that the roads will clear. Say they are coming. Do not fire anybody, please. Leave them to pass. And they were heavily armed. Thousands of them in motorcycle. No, they don't have to canoe aircraft. Where all these things are functioning is in Biafra land. That is where they can come and burn houses. But every day, Nigerian military are being slaughtered in Zamfara, in Sokoto, in every part of the north by these Fulani terrorists. No, they don't dispatch their military. They don't dispatch their drones to bomb them. No. After all, Lai Mohammed said no, they cannot bomb all these people because he will destroy it will cause environmental catastrophe over there. The bomb being dropped. So there is not for bombing. But when it comes to Biafra land, we deal with the hatred these people have on us. How can a Nigerian soldier set somebody on fire, a wounded person that is still breathing? Even in the rules of law, the rules of war, it's against the ethics of war. This is war crime. If it's war, but there's no war. Any place, if they see innocent citizens going around as Biafra, they will just shoot them. They shoot this one, he's on his leg, he fall down on the bush, and they went there and pour fuel on him to light fire. Nigerian soldiers. And you tell me what type of hatred is this when it comes to our land? For how long do we continue to endure this? Beacon, I am asking, for how long do we continue to endure this? That's why when I see people that are going contrary, in this struggle, in this IPOB, using it for money, like Mazi Kano siblings, it pains me to the marrow. I am telling you. That's why people should be at alert. You see Kingsley Kano. He has different gadgets. Let me tell you, he has different gadgets, including eyeglasses. If he's talking to you, that eyeglass is sending messages, sending your photo direct to DSS. What I'm saying is a fact. It's not, here we don't say hearsay. These are the gadgets they gave to him. That is why he wanted, that's why Kingsley Kano went to one zonal coordinator in Switzerland and wanted him to gather the people, gather IPOB members so that he will address them. Do you know what he wants to do? As he's talking to them with that glass, he will be wearing glass, that glass. You don't know that that glass is what DSS gave to him. He will capture the whole faces of everybody, so that tomorrow, if you want to just go back to Nigeria to do what or the other, they will look at, they will be scrutinizing the faces. Every new person he see and with that eyeglass, your face is already with the DSS. Your face is already with the DSS. Are you hearing me? That is it. Because he did it to someone. We know. He said he wanted to talk to someone at daily time, and he did it to them. Once he was talking with them, he immediately the gullible. Their faces, the DSS is having their faces. All. So this is what the mission they give to him. From Europe, he might travel to Asia. He want to gather. Once he want to gather. So if you see him, if you see Kingsley Kanu, unless as we are talking it, he will take precaution. He has some sophisticated gadgets being given to him, delivered to him by DSS. What I'm telling, we don't talk about, we don't say propaganda. It's reality. It's reality. This is the deal he signed with the Nigerian government, and that is why they left him. They left him. Do you know what is kidnapping case? Armed robbery case? Carjacking. Do you know what it means? Ransom. All this. Do you know what it means? And no Nigerian newspaper talk about it. He stayed almost 3 months, or if not more than 3 months, inside the DSS. They got everything they want from him. And he pleaded and made deal with them. That is why immediately he come out, he start hiding so that he will recover. Because if he come out at that time and start seeing people, they will say, "Now waiting happen." Because you want cancer. You tell people, "Now I have cancer." Cancer, okay, booyah now. You know. So what am I trying to say? The mission is deadly. Onye arụ na-ejide ya ịsacha ya ị ga-ahụ ihe ụmụ sophisticated equipment oji. That's why he have to go anywhere he go, any country he go, he's obligated to go direct and report to Nigerian embassy, the consulate, direct. That is an order to him. So we are revealing it for them to know that we know all this. Even the Nigerian military that are doing this, the DSS, they have people there that are giving the leadership information. For your information. For you to, because some of them, yes, they are Nigerian DSS, not Igbo, say, but they hate their character. I am telling you honestly. They hate their character today. They say, these people, why are they sabotaging what Igbos are doing? Why? They hate them. That's why you see informants. When you are fighting against your people to the interest of the foreigner, before God and man, they don't take you as anything. You are expendable. So immediately he come out, they send him, say, you must go out, go and start getting us the pictures of all those people that are sponsoring IPOB abroad. That is that is the mission they gave to him. And he will go many countries. He will go many countries. I know within 2 weeks, they give him. He will go many countries. So, you know, what we are suffering as a people, why is selfish interest of individuals more important to them than collectivity? Guide, you know, being together so that we move forward, we move things forward. Why is it so? That is why we are going straight to the way we reason, the mentality. This selfishness is enough. Enough of this selfishness is killing us. It's killing us as individuals. You might think that, oh, you are getting more, but it's killing us as a people. That's why we are nothing. That's why as a governor, a political imposition on us. So somebody will rise up like both of them are being imposed on us as a people, and nothing happens. if we are together, we galvanize, we can mess and it will smell. We can say a word and it will carry weight. But when different people, this one is looking for Namigo be in control, Namigo be in charge, I destroy everything. This one say Namigo be in charge of money. This one say nah, the money is with last Nanya. What is he doing with the money? How much is remaining? These horrible people, very, very horrible people. I could remember one time Uchemafo say, me wanna tell Nanya to do auditing. Let there be external auditing, church abasa. I could remember vividly from Uchemafo. He said, me wanna tell Nanya, me wanna bring external auditor to Nanya. Na ono church abasa, na ono wucha mbwada. How? Chinekele. So, these are the reasons why we are inorganizable. Because of selfish interests on people. It is high time for us to move forward. This IPOB, I say, if we fail, we are all gone as a people. You see, Aga Pronyi Igbo na Lagos, and even in the street of Owerri. Kwega ya manolu openly, onye fola na kwega manolu, ane ebupu yishika, on broad daylight. Kano here. And people will be watching it in it because so no, we cannot fail. We cannot fail. IPOB will be moving from strength to strength. Nigeria thought that they will undo us by renditioning Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They don't know that they made us more strong. Because before, everybody, we all depended on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But today, IPOB is more than one family. It's now the people's movement. Are you hearing me? It's now the people's movement. And that is where it becomes more dangerous. Therefore, we must do everything in order to protect this movement, because that is, without organization, we are nowhere. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into a few minutes break so that when I come back, I will open the lines for people to start calling in. Please do not go away. I will be right back.
Visa to go to the United States. Nigeria said no worries. You also have to pay 250 if your people in Niger. What's happening in Mali? The youth are saying, now we know. Now our eyes are open. Now we know who the real problem is. Yes, we know the enemy as the former colonizers. We know the enemy as the multinationals who are in our countries, siphoning as much as they can. Yes, we know the NGOs are nothing but wolf in sheep's clothing. Yes, we know some of the embassies are no good. They are there to make sure that the instability in our countries continue. We know all that. However, we also know that our leaders could stop it. So yes, it is that the youth are rising. The youth are saying, you leaders, if you do not do the right thing, we will replace you. So we need more Traores in Africa. What's happening in Burkina Faso must be supported. What's happening in Niger must be supported. What's happening in Mali must be supported. The youth of Africa are sick and tired of being sick and tired. The issues of the root must be addressed. World Bank must stop giving us frivolous loans. World Bank must treat Africa fairly. Ours is a simple ask. We are simply saying to the world, we demand Africa that can be treated fairly, an Africa that can be treated as equals on the world stage, An Africa that is free of racism, bigotry, and hate. Our ask is a simple one. Our position is of stating the facts, stating the truth, constants that do not change. We're simply asking that the world does unto us what they would want done unto them. Anybody that has an issue that Africa has taken is somebody who is under earth. We want a peaceful world. We want a world that is just. And that is all we are asking. That is all our children are asking. Our children are saying we're tired of watching our uranium power 2/3 of France while they call us a dark continent. Our children are saying we're sick and tired of seeing our mineral wealth fund Western education while we don't have quality education in Africa. Our children are saying we're sick and tired of seeing our natural resources fund healthcare in the Western world while we don't have access to that Western world. So it is the revolution that has been proclaimed, the revolution the likes of Kwame Nkrumah and others had hoped for. While it may have taken us years to get where we are, the unfinished business that our Pan-African fathers started back in 1963 must be completed, and our youth in Africa are acutely aware of that. The leadership that is not awakening, the leadership that doesn't understand that imperialism no longer has room in Africa, neocolonialism no longer has room in Africa, colonization no longer has room in Africa, exploitation of Africa can no longer continue. A leader who doesn't understand that is a leader whose days are numbered. The African youth are not taking it anymore. The African youth are awakened. Their eyes are open. And they're saying, you either stand up and defend what belongs to us, or we will replace you. Plain and simple. The unfinished business that our Pan-African fathers, the unfinished business that Kwame Nkrumah and many others started, it must be completed, it must be finished. You and I, we have a responsibility. Youth, make us accountable as your elders. Make your leadership accountable. If your leadership is not accountable, replace them. I thank you. As I was getting ready for today's lecture, I came across a quotation from the man we are honoring today, His Excellency Kwame Nkrumah. He said, a state in the grip of neo-colonialism is not master of its own destiny. It is this factor which makes neo-colonialism such a serious threat to world peace. Following him, there was Marcus Garvey prior to him. He said, a people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture is like a tree without roots. Jomo Kenyatta also reminded us that when the missionaries arrived in Africa, the Africans had the land and the missionaries had the Bible.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Olo province of Biafra land, and we are here live and direct. Today is the 5th day of September 2024. Tata Bo Boche Afo. I therefore welcome each and every one of you. Our lines are now opened. Our direct line is +1 213 328 6224. I repeat, +1 213 328 6224. Our WhatsApp and Signal line is +61 405 142 547. I repeat, +61 405 142 547. I have our brothers online with Mazi, okay, in order to give us the update of what is happening in their various zones. Mazi, okay, can you hear me, please? Welcome to the program.
I'm getting from Poland as for Necron, okay? Of course, I hear from Omaka. Omaka, the still remains in our province of Biafra land. Our leader remains Mazi Namdi Okuchukano, members of the United States. And the head of the director remains one person, Mazi Chinedu, and all the land that do wonderfully well. Men and women of all radicals all over the world. We will continue to appreciate and we will continue to keep you updated, whether favorable or unfavorable, whatever that is happening in Biafra land and in the wider zone as a whole. Right away, I don't want to take more time. I want to go straight to issues or precisely a harmful and environment for our brother there to give us a report before I go to Imo State. Our brother from Enugu, please, kindly unmute yourself and tell us what is happening in and around that state. Ndewo,
Mazi Foreign Ekerorike. I'm greeting the whole family here worldwide. That Chinedu, Chukwu keep strengthening every one of you from grace to grace, that this our nation shall march by His grace of Chukwu. I hereby reporting the sudden attack by the Fulani herdsmen at Amede that made away with the life of one elderly man. The Fulani laid an ambush as they promised to invade Egamede and Mbuji Ebo, and they succeeded because they laid an ambush, and the old man who was victim was just going there to find out what is happening in his farm and was attacked by the Fulanis and was killed while shooting sporadically. This is the current situation now at Egamede, precisely. So we hereby reminding the world to know that we don't have problem with the Fulani, and now we have problem with Fulani because we don't have any boundary to share with Fulani in Enugu, quote, not talk of Biafra land generally. So the Fulanis have gained ground through some betrayers who have been using the opportunity to perpetrate based on the benefit they are having because of their long throat.
Mazi, can I ask you? Can you hear me, Mazi? Can you hear me? Can I ask you what happened? You said they led ambush. Can you explain if you can? Was we are there in the man's farm, destroying the farm, and he went to check, or was there any? What happened? What really happened? How does it happen? If you know the details.
The details from where I know says that the man joined some youth to go and search because all this while they don't allow people to pass in that farm settlement. So the man joined some of the youth. So before getting to that point where his farm is, they did not know that the Fulanis laid ambush and started shooting at them sporadically. And the man was the only person who was shot dead. Some other youth escaped. This is the details I have concerning how it happened.
Okay, go on. Okay.
Hopefully I was supposed to go and visit the family, at least to hear from the horse's mouth equally, and still report back how it happened again.
Okay, go on.
So this is the present situation for now. That is what I have, and I have this fact that some criminals who want to use the name of IPOB to cause trouble and mayhem, who want to tarnish the image, but they know that the land, even himself, is fighting them. Sometimes when they go to do their dirty business, you see them when they were called, who are you? You say you are IPOB. And I used to wonder, can IPOB be a criminal? I've never heard that foundation from anywhere. because I'm very sure without IPOB by now, the whole world knows that Fulani would have consumed even the country so-called Nigeria by now without this IPOB. So if let the world.
Mazi, are you still there?
No, it's network. Let's see, if you don't come, we move to Imo State immediately.
Okay, yes.
Mike, can you hear us? Are you there?
Yes,
I'm
concluding.
Go on.
So some boys who claim to be an IPOB have claimed to be a commander, and I wonder which commander are they from within Enugu, and they are claiming to be commanders, submitting themselves to the zoo government, claiming they've repented. And I wonder how many commanders have we now in Enugu that are claiming to be repented.
These are criminals. These are criminals. They have nothing to do with IPOB.
So this is the present situation. And I pray let them keep resigning from their criminal acts, because we don't have such in our orientation class. Thank you, and God bless you all.
There we go.
Okay, Mike, Jonathan, do you have anything to ask in respect of those people submitting themselves for amnesty?
I've asked what I want to do. No. Go, let the next person take off.
Okay, our reporter from Imo State, Heartland, please unmute yourself.
Okay, Mazi Udo Deron.
You're welcome.
All those people fighting for the freedom of the Chukwuka Kabiama. I mean, all of us will be alive to see Biafra. I throw my salute to our able leader, Mazi Nando Chukwukano. Honestly, if not Mazi Nando Kano by now, I don't know where all of us will be. Not wasting our time, let me go straight to the point. Honestly, Mazi, the whole problem that are happening in the north, all the Fulanis, all the whole houses that they chase out of the north, all of them are now in Imo State. The more that are in Imo State, the whole post of them have decided to give them land, give them shelter, promise them everything that they should come to Imo State so that they will get what they want. Now giving them buying this Bajaj bike that are selling 1.something million. Is now buying them in quantum, giving them so that they will start maybe Okada riding. Some are into kidnapping and raping. Some are into criminal.
Mazi, let me ask. Mazi, let me. We speak with facts. Do you mean that the Imo State governor is buying, or he bought this motorbikes? So the Fulani specifically.
And yes, I have the fact. Even one of the guy that I met, Mazi, I met this guy when I was in charge. That was 7 years ago. I met this guy. Now I was surprised to see that guy in Imo State. His name is Zakaria. So when I saw the guy, I called the guy Zakaria. So what are you doing here? He called me with the name that he normally call me that area. He said, he normally call me Biafra. So he called me Biafra. And he don't actually hear me. Yeah, he started speaking Arab for me because I know the language. So I said, what are you doing here? He said, they are here to do business. So the area that they are living in Sokoto, that Fulani chased them away from that place, talking nonsense. Honestly, I wanted to collect his number, but he don't have a phone number because there are things that I want to find out from him.
Wait, you say what? Wait, just hold on. You say where they are living in that place. Is it Chad? You mentioned Chad?
Yes, that was where I met this guy 7 years ago.
Yes, okay.
Before I now came back to you. I was surprised to see the guy in Imo State.
Can you listen? If you are talking, you listen, please. Now, he said the Fulani chased them away from there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, which means he's an indigenous person there. He's not a Fulani.
according to him, he said that they chase everywhere. The truth of the matter, I don't know exactly whether he's a Fulani or a Hausa.
Okay,
But
okay,
according to
go
he
on.
said that the Fulanis chased all of them out of Sokoto.
Go on, okay. Go on. Continue.
He is now in Imo State. I asked him which area are you residing. He said he gave me direction around that Onucha Road, about the Aziz. There's an area that they now give battle. Now the jihadis in Imo State, the people opposing them, have now decided the piece of land at Abala to Lago. There's a place that they are fencing now. He said these are the areas that they will stay to sell tomato or to sell whatever onions and whatever thing that they are now houses normally sell. So that's why he's now brushed that area to give them. Mazi, okay, I told you this thing before, that this is what they want that to use that area to do.
Yeah, fall is in Ubuntu and back of by all bridge, I suppose. That area
Yes.
is our front.
That area,
Go on.
That area is another area. This area that I'm talking about now is at Abala, close to Olakwo. Abala, closer to Olakwo, as if you are heading to Aba. So that's another one. Now, Mazi, when we say that this buffoon in Finland is working with the Nigerian government and working with the opposite, my people maybe thought maybe we are joking. Look at what is happening in Imo State now. Since the Supreme Court gave order of local government autonomy, the Supreme Court governor here don't want to do any election. That is why he now recruit these my boys for them to keep on local government to local government, creating problem so that there will be nothing like election, so that the dividends of the money that's supposed to go for the local government will no longer go there again. The whole local government in Okigwe zone now is on fire. The local government at Olo zone are on fire, all of them. You cannot boast of one local government at Olo and the Okigwe zone that has peace now. Everybody are running. Then some of them are not even staying at their home. This is the current situation now because of election. Since they announced that this is the day that they are going to do the election, now they now declare 1 month strangulation. So-called strangulation, so-called killing of police and killing some of the people. The whole local government now are on fire. Mazi, you see the network?
Yeah, yes, so now let me come in there. I know, and even that their so-called election, it has been suspended more than 3 times. So local government election have been postponing it. Now, what is happening now, like that Obu, Umulo, all those areas, you saw what happened in local government there. You saw what happened here, this Alambano, because Gentle moved their body there, and the person commanding that Obu is a guy called Fulani. Is the Fulani that they did that at all. The YB44 is in Mbitolu. Gentle is in Okigwe, and the so-called Butuzo temple is in also doing their deal. So we are very sure because when a bad leader enter, people suffer. That is what is happening, and he said it, and he gone around the whole of Igbo State now. You got that Fulani in Obo that went and kidnapped people, that man in church or the Ebuka, and the left to about 6 of our women in their camp. But let us continue to watch out for all of them. Biafra land will continue all of them. You see church for many, they died there now. A lot of them. The land is fighting. A lot of them are going down. Go on, my brother.
Okay, that is the second one. The third one, I think, a lot of criminal activities that are claimed that they are federal. I don't know the federal they are talking about. Whether federal or whatever, a group that they are claiming that they are federal. Walking, killing people, raping people, causing trouble along that Opala road. Some of them are into one chance. Some of them are into armed robbery. Different dirty activities.
Yeah, Mazi, that activities are being carried on by B44 from Ezioha, Mbitolu, and the Fulani is a teamwork that in there. They operate from there, before what, go there to Naze. All these things that are happening there, it is that they go back, they go back. So you be told Israel. So this is the activities. This is what they're doing. We know we know what's going on there. We know. We're watching that.
The last thing that I have is that the whole zoological republic called Nigeria are on fire now because of anger and because of hunger. You know, our leader always said that you must confess Biafra. Either you do it by hook or by crook. If you didn't confess Biafra, hunger will make you to confess Biafra. Honestly, there is hunger in the land. And now Chukwu Okike Abiyama is at work. All of them, the sufferness will continue. It's either they release our leader unconditionally. That is the only peace that they will have. If they don't want to release him, the what will happen next will marvel the whole world. I'm telling you what is obtainable. I'm telling you what will happen. If they don't release our leader any moment from now, what will happen next? Honestly, the whole world will marvel. Everybody in the road now, you cannot see, you can't vehicle on the road. All the big men, they are no longer.
Fuel is 1,200 today. Fuel is 1,200. What is what
I'm telling you.
So what do you expect?
Mazi,
the consequences.
Mazi, you know what? The anger of people should be translated into positive charge, positive indignation that should make the people to react. Not people being angry against themselves, against the miserable people that, and there will be no result. People should be angry and pour out on the street. That is how it was. And now go to the not being angry against your own, any person that touches you. You say, now you slap him, or that is not anger. It's not anger. When you see anger is when people will pour out on the street, say, nah, enough is enough. If all of us, let us die. Do you see how the first 2020 NSAS protest, how it started? Like joke. People, just because of photo, video of somebody, the SARS police, they kill somebody and they drag him like a wood. And somebody videoed it from upstairs. And people started pouring out on the street. That is what is called anger. Not this one you are talking, this one will be in the market. If you step on somebody's foot, he tell you, chop you raw. You say people are angry. No, that is not anger. People must manifest their anger against the source. That is the thing. Nazi, please go.
Let the revolution start. Let them come out. That's my prayer. We are praying.
That is it.
The worst is about to happen. I'm giving you my word. I'm telling you the truth. What will happen next now? I'm telling you, the level of anger and hunger in the land, very soon, it will burst out, and this time, it will not, there will no control. I'm telling you the truth. All we need to do is to pray for the government. It will continue the work.
Thank you. Thank you. Our brother from Isuga, Ani Yamufu. And when you are later, because we are closing.
Nothing much that have not been said here, because the present situation now is that people are getting frustrated. Not only that they're getting frustrated, people are gradually turning to a beast. And that was what the country have driven everybody into. And I think
against government, not against their brothers, against government. Let them be beast against government. Let them come out.
Yes.
Good night to the good night.
There were.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. And remain safe, please. For our brothers at home. This is something that our people should understand. When you hear people are angry, chopping dog, eat dog, eating your flesh and your brother's flesh is not angry. It's not channeling it to the right source. And that is what is happening in our land. If you pass somebody, we say, hey, you don't know that you can hit you with a hammer and say he's angry. You don't know the economic situation of things. No, that is not righteous indignation. That is pure wickedness. And that is what Nigerians are fond of doing. The military, they will not pay them. The police, they will not pay them. They owe them. They will owe them salaries. Instead of targeting their superiors, the hierarchy that are doing them all these things, they will carry gun, go out on the streets, and start waylaying innocent, miserable people like them. That is how Nigerians behave. Instead of channeling that anger, everybody pour out and say, "No, enough of all this," because what is happening to us is artificial. So we must solve it artificially. It's not by prayer. It's not by prayer. It's artificial. Everything is artificial. It's by hand. You know what? Look at the debts. They continue borrowing money. Nigerians don't care. Look at Kenya. Only the policy of borrowing IMF, counseled suggested the government to borrow money and tax the people. The people had it because the democracy is. I'm giving example of an African country. The people had it and they poured on the street, said this thing can never happen. They resisted it. But in the case of Nigeria, everybody is relaxed. Any policy can go. What happens is fuel costly. They say fuel. No person reacts. Instead, they will be killing themselves. Instead, they will be butchering themselves. And you say, which kind of people are these? Instead of rising up and pouring the anger to the right source, instead, they use Igbo hatred and cover everything. That is why Nigeria is not a country. I have callers, please. Caller on Signal Mazi. Thank you for holding on. Can you hear me, Mazi?
I can hear you, Mazi. Good evening from here.
There, Mazi.
There, this is Emily calling from Italy. There's a problem, my brother. The problem of Nigeria has no solution. The only solution, the problem of Nigeria is everybody. If a governor or a president in Biafra land pick up gun, decided to kill his people, and we know that our brother is killing us, we face him. But the one of Nigeria, there's a lot of factors that makes Nigeria unworkable. There is cultural conflict, there is government conflict, there is bigotry, ethnic bigotry conflict, a lot of things, factors that make Nigeria unwork. Nigeria can never, ever, ever work on this planet.
Of course.
If like, I have said this during Mazi IPOB, I think about 8 years ago. I said, if you like, bring Reverend Fathers, bring Reverend Sisters, bring the GOs, put them in every sector as a head. Nigeria will remain what it is. It can never change. Because you can't bring people that's naturally, we have a culture that, look at what is going on social media now. A Bini person called that they should kill Igbo people, and our sister from Canada reply, and it becomes a problem. And what are they saying during the Bini person? It talks about Igbo people. Some Yorubas say we don't respect their culture. This is the problem. They see our character that we don't respect their culture. You don't want me to bow down to any person or say something against your Oba or your king or your whatever. You feel it that I'm disrespecting your culture. That is a cultural conflict. But where I came from, that is, for me, it is not disrespect. So Nigeria, nothing can make that country called Nigeria work. Nothing. I have sit down, calculate from left to right, and those that created Nigeria knows all these things very, very well. That is why you don't want. He said our people messing up, talking rubbish. They want to go through political way. Which way will you go? They have already created local government above your local government, create state above your states. So how will you go and fight for the states? How will you, from where you go to the politics, you cannot walk. You go to the street, you say, let us unite together and fight. It can never work. And all this thing, more days, more they're generating all this into other tribes. Our people become so docile. We cannot even protest. And if you say our people, according to what they say here, people to rise up. I think sometimes our people, we rise up. But the thing is that when you rise up, take example what happened, you will see them demobilize Fulani army already, those who want us to be dead. They'll come there, even through open, they'll massacre everybody. But it's only that our people, we don't want to die. Nobody wants to die. But gradually we are dying. So it is better we go and die than resolve that problem once and for all. As the hope was and everybody rise up from the whole state in the east, deciding that the hope must go down. Even the Egyptians did it. They kill somebody, they carry the death of the person on their head, moving to that government house, and then the army become tired and say, no, look, we're not going to continue to kill our people. You better you resign. Then that is what led to the Moses resignation. So, but in the case of our people are so docile, so coward. I don't know the kind of life we are big, but everybody are afraid to die. But we are suffering. No, and if our people want to start, they will start from those who championing the local. If you see somebody wearing AP's local shirt, beat him up, talking rubbish. Because this is the thing that I see, beat that person up. First of all, show your anger on those people, the politicians, those the local ones they use. So that because as an the hope cannot be in a way they come to east and do something without the consent of these people. You make sure for destroy those people they wish to work. And that's the problem. I don't understand generally the black people and the Shuji, what happened to them? I don't know. When the white people came, they will use them against their people. The Fulani came, they use our people against our people. So, Mazi, let me go direct to what I want to say, because today I have to say a few things because of yesterday I tried to call, I couldn't get you. Even last week, I've tried to call several times, I couldn't reach you. But let me just exhaust some of them today. What happened to our brothers' siblings? It was a very, very orchestrated plan set up in order to achieve the goal of the DSS. Nobody will ever convict me as I am today that even Igbo man who nobody knows him commit crime in Saudi Arabia, the Nigerian newspaper will mention his name, particularly Ozoamo Okeko, Chief Emeka Okafor. They will call their name to know that, to portray that the Igbo people are the one committing crime outside Nigeria. Now, being that they also want anything, the downfall of IPOB and to destroy our leader, destroy IPOB and they remove our leader from the scene. The brother committed such acts, maybe as they said. No media did not carry it. They did not even parade him. Neither parade the crime culprit. The person he committed or the person that sold the car to him or whatever. Nobody heard about it. That will tell every IPOB member that this was a setup in order to achieve what you just mentioned here now. But all I'm saying is that if he has courage, let it come to Italy. Anybody that's in Italy, let the camera catch me, but I will destroy everything he has in his pocket. I'll make sure that everything he has in his pocket must be destroyed. His camera, phone, he can never go back with them. Let him call police. I prefer going prison here than any other thing. So let him come to Italy. Let us see how he will gather people. We are waiting. And let me tell you, I am among those who went for Obiano when Obiano came here. I am the person who went to search for Obiano, the hotel where Obiano is. Unfortunately, Obiano couldn't rent any hotel when he came to Italy here. He ran inside Vatican. Some of our members here in Italy know what I'm saying about. So he ran inside Vatican and said that his life is at danger. They gave him hall inside Vatican. He did everything he wanted to do inside Vatican. So this is how he escaped. So if this guy feel that he want to gather IPOB, let him come to Italy. All those things, all those gadgets that DSS gave to him, we will destroy them here. If he can never go back with anyone. Even his eyeglass, he will remove it. So let everybody not to be afraid of these people. You see what we are doing about Biafra? If we fail this time around, all of us are going to perish. It is better we continue fighting no matter us, no matter whatever will come. And that also lead me to say one of the things that our GOC said last week on Saturday. He said about the secretary of our leader, somebody will craft or somebody will craft or what they call it. that told her, she said that our leader said he didn't trust anybody, and some people has made comment about that. For me, if my enemy tell me something, I listen with the one ear and store it, but the other ear is open to hear from the horse's mouth, and that is the way I live. I don't justify things from people. That might be true, what is said, but who that information came from? It is same people that were in plan that sold our leader. This is who the information came from. That lady was the person who forged the signature of our leader in order to portray to IPOB to give chance for the Ebrima, or to afford give chance to Ebrima to broadcast or whatever she wrote. She forged our leader's signature, and we find out. So this information comes from such person. That means it comes from the enemy's camp. Therefore, for me, my own perspective, I will pack it one side and wait. Let any IPOB, this is my counsel, do not take it serious that our leader doesn't trust anything, because I have seen something of that caliber, of that nature in several occasions. Somebody went and tell somebody what I never say in my life, I never even dream, in order to poison that person's mind. And I buried this in my, he came and tell me all this, and I buried it in my mind for many years, until one day I decided to ask that person. And the person becomes scared. I say, oh, how manage? And I find out that it was all first. So I become, I am one of the, how would I put it, first-hand information about all this. I witnessed it very, very well. So for me, I pack it to one side, and everything will be. And that should not stop you on whatever you are doing about IPOB. Just put your one leg on that. Well, you took your one ear and hear that word, and use your two legs and work for what you are doing. That's number two. The last one, if was not the least, my brother, before another time. He talked about last time we talked about product. I said something about production, fake product in Biafra land. And that day I said, you said something later after you the program. You said that you don't appeal to people to behave good. It's only Lord of us. That is true. But in normal circumstances, there are people that have conscience, decided not to sell certain products because it will harm their own people. Some people have their conscience, but there are people out of money, greedy, and all, they decide to do whatever they want to do in order to capture that money. So, but on this note, what I want to say here is that IPOB has become the mouthpiece of the Biafrans now. We cannot deny these facts. We will stand our 2 feet on the ground to decide. I'm just hammering on this fake product, especially alcoholic drink. This liquor they are bringing into the people are manufacturing at backyard, pure waters and other things. If IPOB will be engaged, really engaged, put ourselves, we will stop killing ourselves, because all this, everybody, you go to the motorcycle pass, you see somebody bringing fake things and sell it for you. But those ones can also, it's also bad, but it cannot kill you immediately unless you get accident. Maybe you put brake. Somebody bringing fake things, fake products, fake alcoholic, fake all this to manufacture them there on proper, even a dirty place. Just so you go to Lagos, you drink water in Lagos. When I was from 1980 something, if I go to Lagos and drink 1999, 98, something, if I go to Lagos and drink water, I came back home, I was sick. Until I found out that the problem is water. And that note, I didn't buy water in the street in Lagos, because all of them are backyard products. You see them carrying big bath on the head, putting ice water, the thing will showing a lot of heat on the body, saying that it's very ice. All this is fake product at backyard. I have seen where they're producing them. So the same thing applies to our people. In our nature, I have seen where where they're doing mechanic. People run shop there. What do they do there? They cook alcoholic and go to inside and live and supply them. You go and buy that in thinking that maybe you buy Schnapp, you buy this one. You're buying your debt. The best thing you do is stop drinking alcoholic, especially liquor. All those drinks that I make names, there are people, everybody, stop drinking them to save your life. People bringing milk, go to China and bring milk, bring Bonvita. You know that Bonvita they sell in the Igbo land now, or Milo, is fake one from China. Some of them, they use bad product to produce them. So these are the things our brothers are that are going to China and bring all these things. We will do something to find out who are these people and stop them to save life. We are the mouthpiece to do it. Our GOC said something last time about this EEDC, and I hope it doesn't end like that. I hope we continue doing all those things, stop disturbing them. That's where what we'll be doing. People will be seeing good after. And maybe at the beginning we did it, some people will be worried and say, why these people are saying all this stuff? But at the end, they will see the benefit of them we are talking and we are doing. When they begin to see the benefit of what we are doing, everybody will pick up on what IPOB is doing. It's another pattern to bring in people, even if they will sympathize with what we are doing and believe on what we are doing. That we are putting eye on what government is supposed to do, they are not doing, and we are doing them. Thank God we have a means of stopping those, even they want it anyhow. That's my counsel tonight. Maybe next time I'll say other things. Thank you, Mazi, and God bless you.
There were Mazi. Thank you. Really, the solution to our problem is to support this struggle, because you know, there is nothing like joining hands together in Nigeria. It is absolutely impossible. I say impossible. This is impossible because they have used tribalism. Once tribalism entered politics, now, you know, in Nigeria is the only country that they use tribalism, ethnic discrimination in politics. They use it for campaign. Don't vote for because he's Igbo man. Don't vote for him. Don't do. You know, he's finished. The country must. They must go until there will be complete war or disintegration. It's what happened in Rwanda. Ethnicity they started using, and it was being infused by foreigners, by France and Belgium. They continue using ethnicity, politics, until it entered 1994. It resulted in complete war of genocide. The law that they have is, after everything, now they have a ruler, a leader that really loves the country. And now he made laws that binded the country together. If they hear you talk, tell your brother, address him as a Hutu or Tutsi. In Rwanda today, you go to jail, they arrest you, you go to jail. So they stamp out anything about ethnicity. But in Nigeria, it is too late. It's too late. It cannot happen. So, caller on what's up, Mazi. I think it's Mazi Obasi, if I'm correct. Let me see. Mazi Obasi, can you hear me? Caller on what's up.
Loud and clear, Mazi Jonathan, I can hear you.
There, Mazi. Welcome to the program.
Here. Thank you. Good evening, Biafrans from here. Thank you for the opportunity to be part of this program. My name is SC Obasi. Allow me to share something that has been on my mind for a few days. As a family, IPOB as a family, and Biafrans as a family in general, that I happen to be a member of that family, there are certain unspoken communications that I can feel and hear as a family member. Sometimes, maybe those conversations is an echo of what is coming from inside myself or from around the family as we observe and hear things. And that is why, as one of the children who has been very attentive in the family, I want to say to Biafrans through this medium that as one of you, as your brother, as a child in that family, a time comes, or there comes a time in the life of a people, or in your life as a person, or in the life of a group of people, or in the life of a family, where the question is asked, like Shakespeare will say, to be or not to be. And when that question arrives, that is even the most important time for us to actually pause and make sure that our decision is not based out of emotion. The reason I'm saying this is because a lot of our people who love action so much are being swayed by an unnecessary action that brings us more death than any result. Unnecessary action through our enemies that takes Biafra backward more than bring it closer is what some of us secretly or openly celebrate. And some of us are not celebrating it, but we are expecting that we should toe the same line as IPOB. It is my call this night from where I am to all family members to understand that when we are patient in times that we feel we should be jumping, we should be acting, that is the time that we have to be patient the more. And especially when we are blessed, like in the case of IPOB, to have leadership that are insightful and empathetic, leaders that have proven time after time again that they don't act based on sentiment or emotion. When we are that privileged as a family, it even gives us more reason why we must always wait. For when the strike of the hawk breaks the body of its prey, it is only because of the timing. Timing is very important. And there are people on that tower who are watching and can see farther than we can see. When they blow the whistle, whatever action they feel is right at that moment is what we will do. Until then, we must trust that these people are in the hands of their affairs and that they are doing what they need to do, and that if that kind of action is what you think is what they feel through their meticulous job is the right thing to do, then they definitely will do it. But until then, we must follow the leadership. My second point is concerning the nutrition that you mentioned, which I also talked about in Mazi watching a case program this morning. That we should be grateful for the radio Biafra, for IPOB, and for Radio Biafra because we are being informed of some of these things. But like you also mentioned, you use the French fries as an example, Mazi Jonathan. You know, I realized that we glory in that which is harmful because it has been painted to us to feel that when you consume those ones, it is when you have arrived. It gives you that feeling of success. Meanwhile, the real successful people don't eat that. The pizza, the burger, the French fries, like you've mentioned, and all these things. If you can pluck bitter leaf, it's almost freeze with where some of us stay. Blend it and drink it. You can pluck ugu. You can most of these things. You don't need to wait until you cook it. Just blend it and drink it. You don't need supplements that is better than that. It's the best supplement you can take. I took it today. Just blend those green leaf that you use and be drinking it once in a while or even every day if you can. And we will be healthier. You allow this man, like I said in the morning, his country is the only first world country, the United States of America, the only first world country that their obesity is at almost 50%. The obesity level, no country in the first world country is even in the number 10. Meanwhile, they are number 6 worldwide. And other people they put in number 1 to 5, I think they just put them there to make Americans feel good. So we must know that this education we're getting from Biafra is something we are not just going to listen to, we must act upon it. All this high cost of living that we are seeing, I see it as nothing but attack on nuclear family. And why do I say that? When the cost of living goes extremely high, you cannot be able to maintain the family. The majority of the people can maintain the family by only the income of one of the partners. That is what is forcing husband and wife going out working and all of them busy, coming back late, and what children will eat, they don't even know. And how the children are doing this, they don't know. Because you can't keep up. And they keep pouncing all this thing on us. Nutrition, nonsense, bring all these things have an end game. We must always think, what is the end game? When somebody told me about life force, and talking about the money they want to give, and I said, I have not lived in this world for too long, but the little I have lived, I know nobody gives you something for free, let alone a white person. It's been how many years now? The person who told me that they were going to share money has not received a penny. So we must always think ahead. We must always think ahead in anything that is being proposed to us. In the Omas Jonathan. Thank you for the time.
Oh, there was Mazi. The Biafrans and lovers of freedom. In our dictionary, there is nothing like failure. You know, we are just saying it so that our people should understand the intensity, the magnanimity, the situation we are in, because we have no excuse to fail. That is why I used to solicit, I say, kill sentiment here in this struggle. We have gone past sentiment. Our people should be careful of turning our land. Sorry. Our people should be careful of turning our land into a slaughterhouse. That is the Gowon policy. That is what they are trying to do. They have activated it. So that every Dick and Harry becomes a commander. He becomes this and that. He is command, you know. That is the worst situation. Are you hearing what I'm saying? That is why we must be, I say, we must be as wise as serpents. And you know how this should be resolved? Reducing selfishness. Once we reduce selfishness and allow our goal to be number one, to be our number one focus, we cannot fall. Person can be used. But when you come into a place whereby with little money or little promise of, is it political position, or you being armed in order to be the leader and start killing others, I am telling you, you see the people falls apart. The people falls apart. But once we are selfless, only focuses on our goal, which is the restoration of Biafra, for us to be free, because we are in a complete mess. And instead of showing our annoyance to the appropriate quarter, we start showing our annoyance to ourselves. There's no need, because everybody is suffering the same thing. We must be at alert to protect this struggle. I used to repeat this. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu woke us up, and we joined, we come in to help contribute our quota. The time of sentiment is gone. We must be our brother's keeper. Even if you are not a member of this IPOB, you can contribute, you can support what you are doing. You can make contacts in order to contribute, either secretly as you want it, or if you want your contribution to be played here on Radio Biafra every day, it could be done, depending on you. But you need to support this struggle. This is the only hope. What baffles me is that you will see our people. They know the problem we are having. They know that all of us are in danger. They know every day they call you, hey, Biafra man, waiting to happen now. So, and you know, they know everything even more than you do. They need IPOB help when need be. When herdsmen attack their villages, they start calling you. But you tell him support. He will not. Yes, some they thought that they are, supplanters. One day they want. Many of our people are like this. They want something good, but they cannot contribute to that. They want you to do it, and they will wait. Go here. It's not like that. The more you, because you think in that way, being selfish, the more what you are doing becomes more further. But once you contribute to your quota, another person contributes, it becomes more easier. That's it. So we must support this struggle, support the DOS. It's an institution. Nobody is gaining anything. Forget about the blackmail, the cheap blackmail, and all the rest. These are childish blackmails. Nobody is being paid by IPOB. But we must continue. It's only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu sibling. They are making a hell of money out of it. And instead of them to limit their stop eating, instead the IPOB should be destroyed. That is their mindset. What we are thinking is not what they are thinking. For them, it's just an investment. Big Brother's investment. And that is why I loathe their character. I loathe it, honestly speaking. We must make sure to protect this struggle with everything in us, so that we will not start giving excuse how we failed, because there's no justification for failure. No justification. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, thank you for listening. We will continue preaching, because this radio is, without this, why we failed before in the 60s? Lack of media coverage. Do you know that media can work wonders more than even media can save more than anything? Media can also be used to kill more than nuclear weapon. That is a secret. We must be talking to ourselves, and we must change the way we reason, so that we can restore a sanitized nation. Thank you for listening. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply